Hello, Michael here, looking to Psalm 79 for devotion. The psalm may be subtitled, How Long, O Lord? And today we're focusing on verse 1 through to 4 for the exposition. Let's go ahead and read those 4 verses. Verse 1. O God, the heathen are come into thine inheritance. Thy holy temple have they defiled. They have laid Jerusalem on heaps. Verse 2. The dead bodies of thy servants have they given to be meat unto the fowls of the heaven, the flesh of thy saints unto the beasts of the earth. Verse 3. Their blood have they shed like water round about Jerusalem, and there was none to bury them. Verse 4. We are become a reproach to our neighbours, a scorn and derision to them that are round about us. And as we turn to the treasury of David for the exposition, let's go ahead and read verse 1 again. O God, the heathen are come into thine inheritance. Thy holy temple have they defiled. They have laid Jerusalem on heaps. Spurgeon exposits. O God, the heathen are come into thine inheritance. It is the cry of amazement at sacrilegious intrusion, as if the poet was struck with horror. The stranger pollutes thine hallowed courts with his thread. All Canaan is thy land, but thy foes have ravaged it. Thy holy temple have they defiled. Into the inmost sanctuary they have profanely forced their way, and there behave themselves arrogantly. Thus the holy land, the holy house, and the holy city were all polluted by the uncircumcised. It is an awful thing when wicked men are found in church and numbered with her ministry. Then are the tares sown with the wheat, and the poisoned gourd cast into the pot. They have laid Jerusalem on heaps. After devouring and defiling, they have come to destroying, and have done their work with a cruel completeness. Jerusalem, the beloved city, the joy of the nation, the abode of her God, was totally wrecked. Alas, alas, for Israel! It is sad to see the foe in our own house, but worse to meet him in the house of God. They strike hardest who smite at our religion. The psalmist piles up the agony. He was a suppliant, and he knew how to bring out the strong points of his case. We ought to order our case before the Lord with as much care as if our success depended on our pleading. Men in earthly courts use all their power to obtain their ends, and so also should we state our case with earnestness and bring forth our strong arguments. And verse 2 that reads, The dead bodies of thy servants have they given to be meat unto the fowls of the heaven, the flesh of thy saints unto the beasts of the earth. The dead bodies of thy servant have they given to be meat unto the fowls of the heaven, the flesh of thy saints unto the beasts of the earth. The enemy cared not to bury the dead, and there was not a sufficient number of Israel left alive to perform the funeral rites. Therefore, the precious relics of the departed were left to be devoured by vultures and torn by wolves. Beasts on which man could not feed fed on him. The flesh of creation's Lord became meat for carrion crows and hungry dogs. Dire are the calamities of war, yet have they happened to God's saints and servants. This might well move the heart of the poet, and he did well to appeal to the heart of God by reciting the grievous evil. Such might have been the lamentation of an early Christian as he thought of the amphitheater and all its deeds of blood. Note in the 2 verses how the plea is made to turn upon God's property in the temple and the people. We read, thine inheritance, thy temple, thy servant, and thy saints. Surely the Lord will defend his own and will not suffer rampant adversaries to despoil them. And verse 3 that reads, their blood have they shed like water round about Jerusalem, and there was none to bury them. Their blood have they shed like water round about Jerusalem. The invaders slew men as if their blood was of no more value than so much water. They poured it forth as lavishly as when the floods deluged the plains. The city of holy peace became a field of blood, and there was none to bury them. The few who survived were afraid to engage in the task. This was a serious trial and grievous horror to the Jews, who evinced much care concerning their burials. Has it come to this, that there are none to bury the dead of the family, O Lord? Can none be found to grant a shovelful of earth with which to cover up the poor bodies of thy murdered saints? What woe is here! How glad should we be that we live in so quiet an age, when the blast of the trumpet is no more heard in our streets. And verse 4 that reads, we are become a reproach to our neighbours, a scorn and derision to them that are round about us. We are become a reproach to our neighbours. Those who have escaped the common foe make a mockery of us. They fling our disasters into our face and ask us, where is your God? Pity should be shown to the afflicted, but in too many cases it is not so, for our hard logic argues that those who suffer more than ordinary calamities must have been extraordinary sinners. Neighbours especially are often the reverse of neighbourly. The nearer they dwell, the less they sympathize. It is more pitiable it should be so, a scorn and a derision to them that are round about us. To find mirth in others' miseries, and to exult over the ills of others, is worthy only of the devil and of those whose father he is. Thus the case is stated before the Lord, and it is a very deplorable one. Asaph was an excellent advocate, for he gave a telling description of calamities which were under his own eyes, and in which he sympathized. But we have a mightier intercessor above, who never ceases to urge our suit before the eternal throne. Yes, it can be quite disparaging. Oh, sin, wages of sin. Surely our death. Lord, have mercy. Trust you enjoyed the meditation. Michael here declaring yet again, Jesus is Lord. Until next time, be blessed.